I want you to fail, and I want to teach you how. Now, I know that sounds weird, but for those of you who don't know me, my name is Patrick Stahl. I'm the lead trainer at Perfect Life. Now, failure is super important. And Amy Edmondson, she wrote the book on this. Oh, no, literally. She wrote the book on this. If you look up Amy Edmondson, you'll find plenty of really solid books that cover failure. Now, we're going to talk specifically about 3 types of failure. And some of this is based on Amy Edmondson's work. Some of this is based on Canadian framework by Dave Snowden. So, very simply, you want to avoid preventable failures. Preventable failures, that's when someone in the team, someone around you knows that this is not going to work, but they don't have the courage to say it. Actually, they have the courage, but you, if you're a leader, maybe you haven't created enough psychological safety so that they will say that, I don't think this is going to work. For plenty of reasons. People don't want to be perceived as stupid or incompetent or ignorant or, ruining the good mood. And if you're the leader and they are the new person in the team, maybe they feel that, they seem so stoked about this stupid idea, and I know from my previous work position that is not going to work. This is called a preventable failure. This is not something we like. Preventable failure, that's your loss. Because you, as a leader, haven't created enough psychological safety for people to speak up. So we need to create an environment of rewarded vulnerability where people feel that, I need to break the good mood because I don't think this is going to work. So preventable failures, avoid them. Then we have complex failures. That's when shit happens. Stuff happens. You can suddenly end up with, a global pandemic or a war that is spreading to different countries. So you have high inflation rates, or your competitor suddenly launches something you did not see it coming. If you could see it coming, but you chose to not speak about it, then it's a preventable failure. But if it's a complex failure, shit happens. And there's no playbook for that. So what you need is to put together a team. You need to put together a cross-functional, multidisciplinary team. Try saying that fast. It's not as easy as it sounds. A cross-functional, multidisciplinary team. That's what you need. You need to put together that team, maybe even prepare it beforehand and say that we don't know when something is going to happen, but when it does, I need all of you to put your hands on the table and say, let's talk about this together, let's decide together. So the reason you want a cross-functional multidisciplinary team is because you want people with diversity and you need them to feel included. So also here, you need to build psychological safety so that they can start talking from their different perspectives and solve the problem. So when you have the first signs of something similar to a pandemic or to extreme inflation rates or logistics going berserk because of local turf wars or whatever, then at least you have a fighting chance of having people from different parts of the organization who can talk about this. So when you have a complex failure, just put together people from mixed backgrounds and functions and fractions and get them to talk about this. Build psychological safety. Otherwise, they will just sit there and look at each other. But it makes kind of sense because if you think about it, you don't put like, oh God, we have a global pandemic. Let's put all the marketing people in one room and get them to figure out how to solve this. No. And let's not put 10 engineers or 10 salespeople in the room. Let's put a mix so that we have representation from different functions of the company. So that's when you have a complex failure. The third is interesting because a lot of the stuff we're doing today is not stuff that we know about, which means that we used to be able to predict and make 5-year plans, 10-year plans. And if you look right now, if you're in sales or in customer support, then can you tell me how artificial intelligence is going to influence and impact your line of work? If you say that you know exactly what's going to be like, what you need to invest in right now to see impact 2 years from now, I promise you, you're bullshitting me. Because we don't know. And more of our situation today is unpredictable. So here, Amy Edmondson says that when you have a situation where you need to test things, you need to send out probes. You need to have intelligent failures, meaning that you need to start projects and you need to start small projects to test the waters. Now, if you combine that with Canabin's framework of complexity, you're expected to start small probes, and for each of these small probes, you need to have an amplifying strategy if it turns out it's working and giving impact, and you need a dampening strategy so that if it's not giving any traction, you just close it down unsentimentally. So the way to deal with failure when it comes to new exciting ventures is to do intelligent failure. These you want. You want to say, let's test 5 things. We know that 4 of these are going to fail, but don't worry, we got a dampening strategy for them. And we also know that the 5th one, or the first and the 5th, they're going to work. And then we need to explore them more. First you fire a BB gun, and then when you see where you actually see result, then you bring in the big gun. That's intelligent failure. So preventable failure, complex failure, and intelligent failure. Good luck digging deeper into this. Have fun.